Notion have bought a few companies in the last year, and today we're diving into what $10.3 billion post-money valuation Notion are doing with their acquisitions. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Francesco. Please do subscribe to us here on Keep Productive as we do cover Notion news and many more applications. So Notion COO, their Chief Operating Officer, Akshay Kothari, who I was very lucky to meet a couple of years ago, fantastic chap, has said this in a statement: we find ourselves in an interesting position because we've always been cash flow positive and we don't need to do those things. So we've been thinking the last 6 months a lot, well, if everybody is zigging, how do we zag? And that is a statement against how many companies at the moment are doing hiring freezes and slashing headcounts in companies as big as TikTok all the way to Substack. Now, in September 2011, we start our timeline here. Notion acquired a workflow-based company, a little bit like Zapier, and they acquired it and they were based out of Bangalore and they were automate.io. And the Notion itself actually raised $275 million in that same month, and they secured a $10.3 billion post-money valuation. And since then, they have been a little bit quiet about their acquisition. However, in June 2022 of this year, Cron was acquired. For those who don't know, Cron Calendar is a calendar application and it's still on the market now that is in early access. You can find that in the link in the description if you're looking to explore what Cron Calendar is. We've done a video on it and they stated, I would say we're very much in the market to continue to talk to companies both on the product side as well as the acqui-hire side and see how we accelerate our roadmap internally. So Notion largely did the Cron deal to acquire the skills of the Cron team versus necessarily actually buying the company for the sake of its technology, which they might have done with something like automate.io. Now, Notion in the month after actually invested so much money into their marketing, their global ad campaign. And that's now where you see adverts for Notion on bus stops and buses around many different countries across the globe, which is pretty awesome to see. So in that acquisition, Cron actually became interesting as well as part of their product as the way that they set up their calendar experience. I can see Notion looking to look at their availability and sharing of calendar events as something they weave into the product. And they did state at the time about synchronous communication being as important as asynchronous communication, something Notion already tend to specialize in just due to the nature of their wiki setup. So in saying that, Notion could as well be interested in the video market and the chat market as potential acquisitions in the near future. But they're playing a very different game to many other people due to the fact that they're cash flow positive with a lot of funding backing them as well, which is a pretty different approach to how many other companies start things up. And August 2022, Notion acquired something called Flowdash. Flowdash described themselves as the most flexible platform for teams to manage, track, and complete work. What they're calling themselves is a task management software that fits your business perfectly, saving you time and getting things done. And quite interestingly, the way that they set themselves up is more how Airtable set themselves up in terms of coordinating different types of integrations and also managing your tasks. So it's interesting to see how and whether Notion will take advantage of the way that they structure their databases to make them more coherent and flexible for the future of machine learning. A very interesting strategy if they decide to go down that route. So in the last year, Notion have acquired Automate, Cron, Flowdash, and have invested a lot in their global ad campaign, valuing themselves at over $10 billion in post-money valuation. Crazy world we live in now, but Notion is on the way up, and that was all of their acquisitions in the last year. Thank you very much for stopping by today, folks, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do comment below, like it, and also give it a share in your communities too. That would be much appreciated. And if you do fancy more videos from Keep Productive, do hit subscribe right now.